Hi everyone, today I'm gonna walk you through how to make my sheer corset. This can be worn by itself or styled in really fun ways. You can even decorate it into beautiful dresses like I like to do. First thing, we will prepare the pattern. This pattern is available on my Etsy shop. I will put a link down below in the description. It is printable and in A4 size, so it's very convenient for your household printer or any printer. You just have to set the scale to 100% and press print. After that, we will check the scale by measuring the sample box. If it's the same measurement as the real measurements, we're good to go. After that, we will arrange them and tape them in place. I'm testing out the L7 size, which is the largest size in my size chart. There are two size systems in my chart, which are S and L. You can find the size that is closest to yourself there. And my pattern is fitted, so it would require a mock-up. If the mock-up fits you perfectly, that's great and you can move on to cutting the main fabric. But if it doesn't fit some parts of you, you can actually fix the pattern by taping more paper if you want that part to be bigger, or cutting some off if it's too big for you. Some remarks about the fabric. This is called shape-to-wear fabric according to the shop that I got it from on Shopee, probably somewhere in China. It is sheer and it doesn't stretch. If you cannot find something like this, you can use some alternatives like satin or taffeta or linen, something like that, as long as it doesn't stretch or does something weird, so it can actually hold the phone. And we're gonna start with cutting the front piece. This pattern piece is cut on fold, so you actually want to fold the fabric in half and iron it down so that when you put the pattern piece on top, it's the most accurate. After cutting the piece, we want to open it up and draw some guidelines for the bones. My front piece here has 9 bones, which is a lot, but it gives really good structure to the corset. And my size is the smallest size in my size chart, and the bigger the size get, the more bones you should use, preferably 1 bone every 4 centimeters. You could imitate the guidelines I draw here, or you could draw however you like depending on the look that you're going for. This is the bone I'm using. It's 1 centimeter wide. You don't want to go smaller because it can bend and it's gonna look ugly. In case you're using metal bones, you actually have to make the boning channels. You could use taffeta because it's pretty heavy weighted, or you could buy the boning channels ready-made online. The next step is sewing the bonings to the corset. I made a mistake here because I sewed the bones to the inside of the corset. You're not supposed to do that because the bones can irritate your skin and it can make your corset very uncomfortable. I actually made another one, but I didn't film that. I will put it right here how it looks. I did have to redo this corset multiple times before I got it perfectly how I want, so my take is please don't be afraid to redo everything, because the next time you do it, it's gonna be better. And then we finished the base off by adding the back pieces and the bonings. And then it's time to move on to the cups. I cut the pieces out from the patterns and then sew them together. These cups are the standard cups that I got online, but if you can't find them, don't worry, because you can actually make your own cups using my patterns, because I made those patterns according to these standard cups that I got. And then we sew the right side of the fabric to the inside of the cup, so then we can turn it the other way and it will look like this. After that, we sew the edge so the fabric is secure to the cups. To add the cups, I just line the corset on top of the cups like this and then top stitch. This is just my way of doing it. I find it working really well for me. If you don't like this way, you can do the regular way, which is sewing the cups and the corset right sides together. But then you would have to leave seam allowance on top edge of the corset. And now we're gonna hide the raw edge of the cups and the exposed end of the bonings. I'm using spaghetti straps that I made before. Moving on to a lace band, there are many ways to make a lace band, but the general principles are they have to be strong and thick and sturdy because they're the parts that hold everything together. Again, you can use taffeta or linen or something like that as the outer layer of the lace band. For the inner layer, I prefer using 4 layers of canvas. Sometimes I use 2 layers of canvas and 2 layers of wool interlining. And to make it extra strong, you can top stitch the inner layers all together like how you would do with quilts. After that, I'm gonna use the same fabric that I used for a lace band to make a binding. The last step is adding the eyelets on the lace band. I use 5mm hole maker and 6mm eyelets. When the eyelets are bigger than the holes, it will hold better and it will prevent tearing. And that is all. I hope you succeed with this project and your sewing journey in general. If you have any question, please let me know in the comments, or you can reach me at my Instagram. I will link below in the description. Bye!